Details tonight in the Solyndra scandal. The head of the Department of Energy's loan guarantee program, Jonathan Silver, stepping down. The announcement comes just hours after the president stated in his news conference today the Solyndra loan was risky, but the process that the decision was made was on the merits and straightforward. Joining me now, Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. She is the senior Republican member of the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee. And Senator, we know that you've got a number of votes awaiting. We appreciate your taking the time.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
Very quickly, turning to Solyndra, this is, last week we watched $6 billion rushed out of the Department of Energy through this loan program. We then, within days, see the head of that department resigning. Your reaction?
Well, I think we've got some issues within the Department of Energy when it comes to their loan guarantee program. I want to know that for a fact we're not going to be looking at other Solyndras coming out of the DOE loan guarantee program. There were some systematic failures here that I think we're just now learning of that should cause us all concern.
Absolutely, and if I may turn to very quickly, in the interest of time, the Environmental Protection Agency.
Yes.
A number of important cases moving forward, not the least among them the Sackett case in northern Idaho, in which a couple challenging the EPA. Sean Parnell, the governor of Alaska, joining in that as an amicus, a friend of the court. What in the world is this EPA doing? What can the American people do about an agency that seems to have, in the words of many, gone rogue?
Well, I think we're all questioning what we're seeing out of the EPA, an agency whose mission, by all intents and purposes, is one that we would want to support. We want to have a good, strong environment and clean air, clean water. But what we're seeing is a level of overreach, a level of just bearing down on not just areas within the EPA's jurisdiction, but in all other areas. I've questioned what's gone on within the FERC, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, the regulations that are being imposed by the EPA on our electricity grid, what this is going to mean to our ability to produce our own energy. The EPA is insidious in its reach, and I think we're seeing this translate in the litigation, the lawsuits that are out there, just the uproar across the country. In my state of Alaska, most Alaskans would tell you that the EPA is single-handedly trying to shut down resource development in our state, a resource-based state.
And what will be the response of the Senate Republicans? What will be the response to this agency and the initiatives it's taking through executive authority without bothering to turn to the legislature, the United States Congress and Senate, for approval of legislation?
There's a few things that I think you're saying. The House, through its appropriations bills, has put some riders in, some language that would really try to rein in the EPA. Here on the Senate side, we've got some bills that are moving forward. Senator Collins has introduced legislation that would essentially put a moratoria, a one-year moratoria on these regulations that are coming out. There's over 4,000 different regulations that we are dealing with. Our small businesses are saddled with over $10,000 in cost just from application of these various regs that come at them. So when we talk about the impact of what is happening with the EPA, it's not just on, for instance, the oil and gas industry as we feel it in Alaska. It's on small mom and pop operators. It is on everybody throughout this country. And people are saying, we're fed up. We've had enough. Rein it in, EPA.
Senator, we thank you for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska.